Hey guys, welcome back to CLOWNFISH TV. This is Kneon. I'm here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about how HBO is chasing the toxic fandom.
You say toxic fandom, I say mostly just fans.
You know, like average, normal fans. Like, remember how it used to be? Like 5 or 10 years ago? Yeah. Those fans, those are the fans that HBO Max seems to be courting. Now, we did a previous video talking about how their marketing campaign seems to be honing in on the things fans like and the things fans don't like.
Right, or they're excluding the things fans don't like.
Right, they're excluding the things.
You had to think for a minute. You're like,
I had to think for a minute.
Who's on first? What's going on?
They're excluding the things that the fans don't like. This was sent to me by a friend.
Yep.
I'm not going to say who because I don't know if they want to be outed, but it was a very curious thing to see HBO Max advertising Doctor Who. They have the rights to New Who. Now, people are like, we're the classic Doctors. They don't have those rights. They only have Eccleston through Whittaker. Somebody's missing.
Yeah. You going to say who?
It's the War Doctor.
No.
Yeah, just squeeze him in here somewhere. No, very curious decision to not put Jodie Whittaker on the advertising.
It is an interesting decision to do that. And they are going to run the new episodes, right?
Yeah, we're going to...
like they just didn't have rights to it?
No. They're running them, and I don't know if HBO is co-financing the next series or not.
Because the way they were making it out when fans were upset about some of the things that were going on in the articles, they were saying, well, because they're coming over to HBO and because of BBC and everything else, they're going to keep going and they're going to do it as it is, but it doesn't seem like HBO, wants that.
Yeah.
Or they know where their fans are and...
We're going to talk about that because now the media is crying about how HBO is chasing the fans and God forbid they want fans' money. They want their money. So we're going to talk about the Snyder Cut and some of these decisions. Jodie Whittaker has been polarizing. She's missing. Yeah,
I'm sorry. I can't even watch episodes with her. I tried, and I just find them boring, and I just don't like her. And I don't... If I know the lessons they're teaching people, no. They're just like basic human lessons that people mostly know. They want to be entertained. They want to see Daleks trying to blow up shit and the Doctor saving the day. They don't want to be like told that the problem with everything is man, especially the mailmans. Not male men, but mailmans.
The mailmans.
The male humans are the problem.
Don't assume their race. They might not be human. They might be aliens.
But they usually seem to have a problem with the humans.
Yeah, it is. It is. Look, the last couple of seasons of Doctor Who have been incredibly preachy, and after that dumb-ass retcon that they pulled...
That was really bad. That was really dumb.
Like, I'm out. But it seems like they're really... trying to hit the nostalgia button because there's been a lot of talk about David Tennant lately. David Tennant's coming back to do some, Big Finish audio, and here we are in the Nerdist. Doctor Who is streaming on HBO Max. Hey, everybody, get your Tennant here. That is the image they use for Doctor Who streaming, even though Jodie Whittaker's Doctor is on the platform.
I'm sorry, David Tennant's the most popular Doctor of the new Doctors for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's no question. He's the most popular.
Yeah.
And, I like Eccleston, too. So I'm like, you don't like the new Doctor Who? Then don't watch a new Doctor Who. Go watch, the other ones you like.
You don't have to watch it.
Vote with your watches, your views. Vote with your views.
Vote with your views. So HBO Max, we're gonna talk about kind of what they have on the platform here. We'll take you out and show you, but I want to call out some of these media outlets because
please do.
They're still at it. This one's coming from Brinkwire.
Who?
Good questions. It's I have no idea. It seems like they complain a lot. But HBO releasing the Snyder Cut of Justice League shows toxic fans are winning.
No, you know what? I'm so tired of hearing those toxic fans are winning. Because, I'm so sick and tired of this shit, I can't even. Toxic behavior is on both sides of the extreme. Either side of the extreme demonstrate toxic behavior. You see just as much toxic shit out of the far leftists as you see out of the people that you always want to call the far right, outright, whatever. You see just as much toxic bad behavior out of both sides. I'm sorry, someone saying a character design they don't like doesn't equate to they're obviously a misogynist, toxic, homophobic, whatever, but that's what you get. Bad behavior is not limited to, the one side, not the other, first of all. Secondly, the majority of people in this that don't agree with you aren't don't demonstrate any toxic behaviors whatsoever. They just think you're full of shit and don't agree with you. And I'm so tired of these media outlets who, and is mostly mad about these little whiners who got themselves in there in the last 3 or 4 years to be the ones to tell everybody else what to think. And now everybody else is waking up, including HBO, and not giving a fuck what you think. And now, oh, it's the toxic people. Well, I'm sorry. I've seen the media behave in just as many toxic ways as they accuse everybody else of.
Well, we're gonna say, because this is a very sad lament, and it is because what they're saying is what we've been seeing the media do. Listen to this. Okay, they're gonna bring out the Snyder Cut. In their announcement, the companies acknowledged the ever-present demands from the vocal fanatics who for years have demanded that the studio release what they say is the true version of the much-maligned flick.
Okay, can I say real quick? Because you're talking about the vocal fanatics. We have vocal fanatics dictating things like, let's bring back Terminator but make it all women. Vocal fanatics, let's bring back, Charlie's Angels and Men to see. They're just as vocal fanatics on that side as they're claiming on the other side, but one side makes money.
Steven Universe. Anyway, since I got here 14 months ago, the chant to release the Snyder Cut has been a daily drumbeat in our offices and inboxes, said Warner Brothers executive Robert Greenblatt. Well, the fans have asked, and we're thrilled to finally deliver. At the end of the day, it really is all about them, he added. It really is. Like other studios before it, Warner Brothers has caved into the loudest and most toxic of the fans, proving once more that harassment and targeted social media swarms have the biggest sway in Hollywood.
Oh, the hell you did not! First of all, the reason the studios are caving is because they're tired of being poor.
Yeah,
money has to come from somewhere, and you know what? When you cater to a very small percentage, a vocal minority, that means that no one else is giving them money. And frankly, they've been catering to a vocal minority for the last couple of years, and they're losing money. Also, go back up where I was reading that, and they said about the targeted harassment and social media swarms. The people who are the ones going around targeting and actually acting like absolute insane are almost always the extremists. Again, far left or far right, same difference.
This is what gets me, though, because they go back and they're talking about the hero worship. They're like, that Zack Snyder was stoking the fires. Of course he was. He wanted to see the movie he developed.
Yeah, but the stars did it too.
They did. How dare they? Gal Gadot and Ben Affleck, you should be ashamed of yourself for saying that there's a better movie out there. But then
maybe there was.
But they said they joined in the call to release Snyder's original plan for the film, amplifying the vocal fans' outcry. This makes me angry, because we're seeing this a lot with Star Wars fans and comic book fans, too. Many of those who pushed for the cut to be released did use the attention to promote noble, charitable causes. Fans, for example, raised $150,000 for suicide prevention services earlier this year, but the toxic fans were emboldened, too.
I guess, again, I want to reiterate. Toxic behavior is not isolated to the right. And I'm sorry, because that's what they're talking about. We're going to be honest here. They're talking about people that are Republican, because now, don't you know, it all comes down to whether you're Republican or Democrat. We all know this. I've seen just as much shitty and sometimes even crazier behavior out of people on the far left. And the people like us who are in the middle are like, you're all effing nuts. Shut the hell up. But unfortunately, everybody gets painted with a broad brush because of bad behavior on the extremes.
And the thing is the vast majority of fans, like
98%,
are not extremists at all. They're just tired of being demonized.
And you know what? Just because someone wants the Snyder Cut doesn't mean they're extremist.
No.
I mean, that's stupid. Do people go too far? Yes. But is that the majority of people who want the Snyder Cut? No.
I was disappointed with Justice League. I'm like, well, maybe, I didn't really have high hopes for it because I didn't like Man of Steel. I didn't like Batman versus Superman. But I'm like, this is it. Like, this should be a better movie. It's the Justice League
honestly,
movie.
Neither one of us really have a dog in this fight about really the Snyder Cut. I'm just calling out bad behavior because I'm tired of seeing fans get told that they're problematic because they don't agree with the media.
Oh my God! So now they're
go on.
They're going on about how they're using the rise of Skywalker as a reason.
I guarantee they go there with Kelly Marie Tran at some point too.
Yes, they do.
Oh my God! How could I predicted this?
This is like so by the book. So now the new play seems to be, let's use the rise of Skywalker as an example of why you shouldn't give fans what they want, because they said, Rey's backstory was abruptly switched, Snoke finally got his reveal, and the Emperor was back out of nowhere, but most damningly, new character Rose was sidelined. a rebel mechanic who debuted
God,
in The
I would
Last
bet money on
Jedi.
it.
Rose was despised by some in the Star Wars fan base.
You know, here's the thing. It wasn't.
Kelly Marie Tran was harassed on
Oh my God.
Instagram. There it is.
They keep doing it. They keep doing it. But you know what? There's other people who have been harassed off of social media by the far left as well. But you never see that mentioned ever. It's always Kelly Marie Tran.
Ruby Rose was heckled on Twitter.
Oh, right, but she wasn't gay enough.
She wasn't gay enough to be Batwoman.
So the far left, went after her until she got tired of it and pulled her account. I'm just tired of this. Bad behavior, again, is not isolated to one side. It exists on both sides, but 98% of the fandom don't fall in either one of those extremes.
So, yeah, and how Disney responded, they threw Rose under the bus and all but erased her from the franchise.
And nothing of value was lost. Quite frankly, I mean, I love Kylie Marie Tran. I do. I think she's so cute. Like, her excitement before The Last Jedi was what I was excited about. I'm like, oh my God, she's so excited about this. It's probably going to be so good because look how excited she is. And she's so cute. I want to hug her. And I still think she's adorable. And I still think that she's cool. Her portraying the character was not her fault.
No.
It's not her fault they gave her shit to work with.
I mean, there are some actors I love that have been in really shitty movies. I mean, look, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mr. Freeze, come on.
Oh God, that was so bad.
I mean, speaking of HBO Max, it's on there. But anyway, so we've got this, and then we've got Verge trying to play. I love this. This is like, we're going to be the voice of reason. So they start with a very reasonable, like, well, they're just trying to make money, and they're trying to, build this streaming service, and it's a smart financial move until you get to the very very last paragraph. Well, here, Warner Media and AT&T at large cares about one thing above all else: profit.
Yeah, because they're a company. They don't give a shit about your fee-fees.
Corralling paying customers for HBO Max any way that makes sense is paramount. Well, that's true. The Snyder Cut is a perfect product, an extremely vocal, visible, built-in fan base that will pay whatever they can, however they can, to see Snyder's vision come to life and make Max a hit.
How is this different? How is this any different than people that of any far left, far right, wherever, doing Indiegogos or Kickstarters or where there's a demand for it and people are paying for it and then they go ahead and produce it? How is it any different?
Because capitalism is bad.
Because they don't want it.
We should spend millions of dollars and make entertainment that very few people watch and that never makes its money back.
But it has the right messages they want.
It's the right thing to do. It's charity. That's not how this works. AT&T has a lot of debt.
How many damn failures are they supposed to suffer through for these people? It's like, and get over it.
At Vulture said the dangerous thing at work here is a multi-billion-dollar corporation's concession to work with its
concession to its worst online critics. And you know what the kicker is? Not everyone who wanted the Snyder Cut did anything bad.
No, that's true, but it's only part of the entire situation. The Snyder Cut fiasco is bigger than HBO Max. It's a perfect lens into how social media and the internet at large are commandeered by the loudest groups to command attention and influence the direction of mega conglomerates.
Says the people who have been getting what they wanted since 2015, even if the companies lose money, because social media, Tumblr and stuff said it had to be that way. These people get themselves inserted into these quote-unquote, news outlets to go and use it as a platform to push their own personal agendas. And it's the exact same thing.
Right. And how dare they? AT&T, they have AT&T's attention. Now AT&T is coming for their pocketbooks.
You know what? And they're going to pay for it.
That's business. What don't you understand about business? They're giving people what they want, and yes, they're going to give them money. We've seen. Look at Joker. Perfect example. You know why you're pissed off? I think we talked about it before, that was a breaking point for Warner because they had to tell the media to go suck a peach because they were asking ridiculous questions.
That had nothing related to it.
They wanted to make it political.
Just to make it a narrative. And, because they can't, places like The Verge and that can't stand it. Everything has to be political. Everything has to be a narrative. It's been this way in the last 5 years, and it's just stupid. But it'd be like going to McDonald's, and then they're trying to push some new, soy-based burger, and nobody wants. I'm using it because it's something no one really want. And not many people want this burger.
It's called the Impossible Whopper, and that's a Burger King.
Okay, well, we'll use that instead. But no one really likes the burger, wants the burger. I mean, some people do. There's a small percentage of people who actually like it and want it.
Yeah, that's fine.
In that case, I recommend they keep it for those people. But, if it comes down to choosing between the burger that sells or the burger that doesn't sell, but it's there for a select small group of people who think that they're entitled to that burger who doesn't sell, they're going to get rid of the Impossible burger, soy-based burger, whatever it is, that no one's buying. heck, they were giving out free ones, the Impossible Burgers right and left, trying to get people to buy it. They're going to get rid of the small one, the one that no one's buying, and keep the one that everybody's buying, because that's how business works. They're not going to just throw everything out the window and say, hey, we're basing everything on this one item that no one wants to buy. But there's that small group of people, and they're the people on the right side of history. So we're going to sell the burgers to those people.
Yeah, we're gonna sell like 5 Impossible Whoppers every day, and somehow we're gonna stay in business.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way. If the majority of people are going to pay for this because they want this, I'm not talking about the Snyder Cut. I'm just talking in general.
In general, that's
comics
how business
and everything works.
Comics and animation, we're seeing this. This is what happened. This is what these media outlets like The Verge and Polygon and the list goes on and on. Vox, they just laid a bunch of people off. Vice, they laid a bunch of people off. They're losing because they were propped up with venture capital, and a lot of these people, well, let's be honest, they never really had to worry about making money. They're not really interested in the business of things. No, they're interested in politics.
Yeah, that's just it. They are the extremes. They're complaining and screaming about the extremes. These bloggers are the extremes, and they're just pissed because they're not being the ones making the choices anymore. And so now everybody's toxic, even though their behaviors were toxic to begin with.
So look on the bright side, guys. Maybe Ezra Miller will be likable in this cut of Justice League. So that's a win, right? No, and this is what's going on with comics too. Things are changing. We're in a new decade now. It's 2020, and the pandemic is making it so these businesses really have to focus on making money, because so many of them are losing money. There's not enough money to go around to prop up charity cases. You have to bring the boom. Now, that's not to say that there isn't room for niche entertainment.
No, I think you can have, like I said, with the sandwich, you can still sell it to the people who want it,
right? But
you're not going to base your whole business model on that sandwich, and that's what they're doing. Like, we'll still have these things offered to you who want these things. We're still offering, the new Doctor Who. We're still offering the regular Justice League. That's not the Snyder Cut. They're going to offer all these things, but they're offering other things people who are asking for it and they have the money. And HBO Max, their advertising campaigns already have been geared towards the fans. They have this. They had the one where they had Ghibli. They had the one where they were focusing on animation.
That, yeah.
They had the one where they said, we have the redheads. Right there.
I know, right? So then they're... now they're talking about bringing Henry Cavill back, because there was a lot of talk they were going to replace Henry Cavill. I wonder if Henry Cavill was going to walk because he wasn't happy with the direction of Justice League or Superman. Now they're like, look, we can salvage this movie. Will you please come back? And also, you were really big in The Witcher, so here's a shit ton more money.
Is he going to grunt the whole time?
I don't know. But I mean, it would be good to keep it consistent, because people are like, are they gonna reboot the whole Justice League? It's like, I don't want to see them reboot.
No.
If you can fix what you've got,
then why don't you fix what you got instead of,
Right. Let's see if they can fix it.
I'm just tired. I guess my thing, and the reason I yell, and the reason I might have a nodule now and everything else, is because I just get so tired of the fans are always painted out to be the bad guys.
Yeah.
People want something, and because they want something, and because, heaven forbid, the studios actually try to make money, everybody's paid to be the bad guy, and because they're just mad that no one asked them their opinion.
Well, look, these media outlets, okay, they've been in an anti-fan mode for, I would say, the better part of a decade. And what happens is they start with the journalists, or they start on the forums, and then they work their way into the studios, and they start calling the shots. And the worst case scenario, we've started to see it with Star Wars. We had a lot of these people that frankly don't seem to know a whole hell of a lot about Star Wars, or certainly don't have their finger on the pulse of what the fans want, calling the shots, calling the fans names.
Right.
We see it in gaming. Gaming studios more and more become anti-fan.
It just seems to me that HBO kind of wants to see what happens when they try the other way. They try it their way. Let's try it the other way and see what happens.
Let's try to actually make money, guys. Let's try to make money. Here's a crazy... Can you imagine this meeting? This is like, oh God, what was that movie with Dudley Moore and Daryl Hannah? Crazy People?
Oh, yeah, I remember. Yes,
Speaking of HBO, it used to be on HBO, and it was Dudley Moore worked for an ad agency. He's like, let's try being truthful in advertising and see what happens. And they sent him to the
insane asylum.
They sent him to the asylum, and then they came up with all these really clever catchphrases.
That was a really funny movie. If you haven't seen it, go watch it.
That was very funny, because I worked in marketing for years. I'm like, oh my God, this is brilliant. But I could just picture some Warner exec or HBO exec just standing up during a meeting and being like, guys, instead of chasing away the money and blaming the fans, why don't we try listening to them and actually try to make money? What? That's crazy talk. What do you mean? Listen to the fans so we make money? That's ridiculous. That's insane. That's so crazy it might work.
That's right.
Let's do it. And what's that thing they want that they keep harassing us? That Snyder? Let's do that thing too.
Oh yeah, and there's this channel and they're going on about animation and anime and redheads. Let's get on that and send them a box while we're at it.
Send them a box.
That's
Send them a
right.
box. Yeah, so I don't know, guys. I mean, this could all be a bait and switch.
I was wondering about that. I am worried about that. I'm not gonna lie. That thought has crossed my mind.
Get everybody locked in and then drop the other shoe and be like, I'm sorry,
I
everybody.
have wondered that, actually. The thought did cross my mind.
But, they canceled Watchmen before this, too. I'm
just
putting that out
saying,
there.
I mean, maybe, they're like, okay, I'm sorry I hurt your feelings, but, we got to make money and, I just hate to keep using the word toxic to describe fans, because not all the fans who want things are toxic.
Yeah, that's insane. So I'm just looking at HBO Max here. We'll just I just want to see, like, look what they focus on here. Now, look, there's entertainment for everybody, right? Mm-hmm. But they've got a big section for featured movies. They got Joker front and center. Downton Abbey the movie. We got the Harry Potters. But then down here, I like this. They got these little subsections, which are pretty cool. So they got.
I think it's interesting they have Crunchyroll on a subsection.
Oh, look who comes up right here on the front page when you go to Crunchyroll. Just
pointing that out there.
Just putting that out there. Now, there's not a lot of anime. I'm going to be honest. There really isn't. I actually expected them to have more. But they said they're going to do, 20 titles a month or something. People were... I put the menus up on Twitter when it first came out, and people were like, "Oh my god, this is all they have, and you think it's gonna replace Crunchyroll?" It is literally right now just a tab on HBO.
How hard is it to just move it over?
Just move all the content over, and you only have to maintain one app instead of their half-assed app, which is
it doesn't work
garbage.
half the time.
But it was pretty cool. I mean, they got Adult Swim here. I mean, this is the stuff. Look, Rick and Morty. They know what the fans like. Primal, which everybody says is really good. I haven't seen it yet. Boondocks, which I used to watch Boondocks all the time. Robot Chicken. Space Ghost, and then this makes us happy.
Yes, this makes me very happy.
Studio Ghibli gets its own tab.
Yay! The book's better, but yay!
And there's no Grave of the Fireflies.
Yay! I haven't watched that because I'm forbidden.
Yeah, that is literally the saddest movie I think I've ever seen.
I'm forbidden from watching it.
It is a very downer of a movie.
Kneon knows me very well, and he knows that will go well for me.
But what's funny though? Cartoon Network. Okay, a couple things here. I don't think Thundercats Roar is on here. They've got a whole bunch. You got classic Powerpuff. They do not have new Powerpuff Girls on here. They do have Chowder.
They have Flapjack and Foster's Home. I remember those. Foster's Home was pretty good, actually.
Yeah, currently I do not believe that Thundercats Roar is on here.
Well, search.
That's fine, but let's
Wouldn't it be easier
look.
just to search? Imagine that. It's like asking for directions.
Nope. People wondered about High Guardian Spice. It is not on here either, but that would probably go to Crunchyroll first. No, it's not on here, so that's fine. That is totally fine, fine by me. But the one that really got me was Sesame Street. They have every season of Sesame Street. They have the first episode of Sesame Street, and it's Nightmare Fuel.
Well, that was a different time.
It was a totally different time. Like Sesame Street was not as gentrified.
If you want to binge every episode of Sesame Street ever.
There you go.
Look, Oscar's different color.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, guys. I think I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, they could bait and switch. But it does seem like they're like, we're really excited to actually make money.
Yeah, imagine that. So then the media is losing their shit over.
They're losing their shit because they are no longer relevant. I think they kind of read the tea leaves and they're like, hey, the media is running out of money. They're running out of venture capital. Even before the shutdown, Vice lost like $500 million. And a lot of these websites are getting sold for next to nothing. So I think they're like, yeah, why are we listening to these guys again? They tried to destroy our movie.
Yeah, and here's the thing. If you're for the fans and they're doing stuff you like, then you support it. Because you have to show them that, yes, you're supporting it. Now they change their mind and they do 180, then of course, unsubscribe immediately and, change your payment method. But, I mean, for now, they're gonna try to stick by the fans, and their ad campaigns have been geared to fans. It seems like they're trying what they can to make sure fans know they're hearing you. Then I would recommend backing it.
Yeah, that would be my recommendation because, really at the end of the day, this is about the money. And everybody keeps talking about, how how all these studios and companies are actively chasing away customers. Well, the key word here is customer. Customer. If you want them to listen to you, you have to throw money at them. And, you know, I mean, that's just kind of how this works, right? And that's why Sonic the Hedgehog did so well.
Yep.
Because they listened and the fans threw money at them.
And it got all their attention. So
I think,
now they're like, you know, hey, if it worked for Sonic.
Yeah, I think honestly, you probably could thank Sonic the Hedgehog for the Justice League.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a combination of things. One, Joker, the media trying to demonize Joker, and two, the massive fan support for Sonic the Hedgehog because they listen to the fans.
Before we leave, I want to say one more thing. This comment here, disturbing precedent enabling toxic entitlement in fan culture. What about the toxic entitlement in the reboots culture that we've seen? That they keep rebooting shows that they didn't invent, that were from years ago, completely bastardizing them and making them like not even like even remotely like the original show, other than a name only and character name only. And they're allowed to ship the hell out of it, and they get all that. To me, that's entitlement. That's entitlement, and that's entitlement culture as well.
Oh yeah.
And then telling everybody who doesn't like it that there's something wrong with them because you don't like their vision and their fan fiction. That is entitlement fan culture as well.
Absolutely.
Potato.
All right, so we're going to wrap this up.
Yep.
Okay, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, and we'll talk later.
Bye.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.